Hi there everyone, welcome back to another video. First of all, I just want to apologize to some of you because for the lack of how to draw videos recently, the drawing tutorials, and I just want to apologize for that because recently I haven't been doing a lot of how to draw videos. My last video was an anime video, and my last video was an anime video. My last how to draw video was an anime video. But I have been doing some videos that weren't they weren't considered how to draw videos because I did not do an illustration from the very beginning. Like a Donald Duck video, that was just a coloring tutorial. It wasn't anything related to the drawing and how to draw Donald Duck. But today, happily, I'm back with another how to draw video. And one thing I want to point out is that I'm going to be trying to avoid as much time lapse as possible. I'm sorry for that, folks. For those of you who really love the time lapse because they just speed up the video, but I'm sorry, no, not in this video. Maybe in the next video I will try to do as much time lapse as possible. But for now, I'm going to just reveal what I'm going to be working on today. We're going to be working on an illustration of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And what I've got here is a circle with a line about, I don't know, a third in, and it's slanted because Lilo's head is going to be tilted very slightly. And now I'm going to be teaching you how to draw the eyes, and the eyes are going to be resting on top of this line, and the mouth will rest underneath it. And now I've drawn these two ovals almost. I will have to flesh them out later. And now I'm going to draw the nose. And this nose is just basically like this. I don't know what it would be, like a shield maybe. I don't know. I don't know my shapes, people. For some reason I don't know what this is called. Somebody point that out. It's just a circle with a pointed bottom, something like that. Anyway, well, now I'm going to come in with the mouth, and in previous practice drawings of Lilo, I found that drawing the mouth of Lilo is actually quite challenging because of the you need to get it big enough so that it looks like a smile. If it's too little, let me show you a little drawing practice I was doing before of Lilo. And if you zoom in, you'll see that it doesn't look much like Lilo. It's more of the it's like I don't know. It's the mouth is a little bit too closed. Well, now I'm gonna zoom in on the drawing that we're working on. I have drawn this almond-shaped mouth, and I'm also gonna fill in the two teeth, the four teeth actually, and now I'm gonna be drawing the tongue. There's gonna be a line going straight down like that, and then going up like that. And this is gonna be a full color drawing, so we'll be able to flesh that out later. We'll be able to color that in later. But for now, I'm going to draw the pupils of the eyes. Just like that. And hopefully this won't end up like my drawing practice of Lilo. Now I'm going to shade this in. You know what? I'm going to do that in time-lapse, and I'll be right back. Alright, so at this point, it sort of looks like Lilo's crossing his eyes. Maybe we'll be able to fix that in the inking stage. This circle over here definitely needs to be moved over here. Maybe, I don't know. Let me erase that part. I shaded it in time-lapse because it's not very necessary to do that part in time-lapse. I mean, everybody knows how to color in just like that. And maybe now I'll erase a little bit away. And now let's do the ears also in time lapse, and I'll be back to give you a little bit of pointers. Alright, so now I'm just going to give you a few pointers on how to draw the ears. What happens is that there's this curvy line over here, and there's this other line that goes like that to make it almost like a feather. Almost, if I add a few streaks more, it would look like a feather. And but this line continues up, that goes around almost like a banana shape almost until over here when it comes in like someone cut a triangle into it, and then it goes in like that to about just a little bit like this centimeter almost, and then over here there's another curved line that finishes off the banana almost, and same thing over here, except it's a little bit more tilted upwards. And now I'm going to go on with the body. I'm gonna make this crop. The ears cropped out a little because we want to focus as much as we can on the body. Now it's just these one curved line and then another curved line, and then I'm gonna make another curved line here for the chest, the body almost, now we're going to just draw we're gonna finish off the arm and start working on his humongous fingernails. These two curved lines here, and come back in here. Okay, so now we can work on his humongous fingernails. They're like black almost, and they're like this. I don't know. They're like these black fingernails sticking out of it. Looks pretty creepy, but he's Stitch after all. But I'm going to draw the other arm. And bear in mind, this is not an original pose. I'm definitely looking at the internet for photos, reference photos. Nothing wrong with using reference. Even the greatest artists use reference. I mean, Mona Lisa wasn't painted originally. It was more of he looked at a woman while painting the Mona Lisa, and yeah, definitely Leonardo da Vinci looked at a woman while he was painting. So there's nothing, just goes to show that there's nothing wrong with using reference. So now we're going to go in with some of his legs. We're going, and his legs, his toenails are more of like chopped, like stumped and choppy, something like that. It goes like that. So you can pause the video and take a look. Yeah, it's very simple. It's all there is to it. And now I'm gonna erase. Whoops, dropping the pencil here. And I'm gonna erase this area because I didn't do it quite exactly the way it should have been. And apologies, now I'm gonna have to turn the page because I need to work so that I can get the precise. Sorry if this disorients anyone. Alright, now I can turn it back. Now I'm just gonna work on the third choppy toenail. Sorry, Stitch, but it's the only name I've ever come up with it for it. And now I'm gonna just extend this a little, because his toenail's a little bit more chubby than that. And now I'm going to go on the inner area that's now, we established this curve over here, right? It's not his arm. His arm is like, is this one. It's more of the inner color, like this curve down here. Then it parallels with this, and then comes down like that. And I believe it is now time to grab the markers. I'm going to go get them from my pencil case, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and I'm gonna jump right in here with some marker I don't really care about what markers I use. I've mentioned that before, but I'm just gonna say it again. I don't really care about what markers I use, what brand they are, as long as they are good quality and they don't fall apart the moment I try to use them. Well, this marker definitely is good for that. It's a Mala marker. I bought by this on IKEA. It was about $1 for a pack of maybe a dozen Mala markers. I think they're exclusive to IKEA. Maybe I don't know, but I think they are exclusive to IKEA, and they have this nice tip that I can get with a very thick, and then I can go with thin almost too, so it's very precise. And I also use this Prismacolor markers for coloring as well, which I might just bring out later. But for now, I'm going to finish up the coloring of all this blue, and I'll be right back. So I finished up this very cute blue face, and I'm going to move back to my very traditional, weird way of coloring. I'm going to use a highlighter. Where's eyes? A highlighter. A memory highlighter. I use this from... I used a highlighter also for my Pikachu video. It was kind of funny to use a highlighter as my tool, but it's all I've got for this blue, actually. And it also works quite well, so... I like that. It has this little chisel tip, and that's all the tip it has. It doesn't have like the brush tip like the Copics. But yeah, it's good for actually big spaces and stuff like that. And it's also used for highlighting words that you want to say for later, or that you want to point out in your presentations, or blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's usually what the highlighter's for. Except when you are running out of art supplies and your light blue markers are all dried out. So, I have gotten this done now, and now I may just come in with some, let's see here, what have we got? I'm looking through my art supplies here. So, this, folks, I'm gonna come in with some, some Prismacolor. Premiere. This is a purple. I hope this works. Too dark. Too bad. Too late now to turn back. It's quite dark for. Maybe it'll dry out later. That's the thing about markers. If it dries out. You know what? I'm gonna finish off the purple of the other year in time lapse, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I am ready to go back to the highlighter and go through this light blue area of his body. Later, this drawing is definitely going to be inked, so we'll be able to differentiate between this face and then his body. But now I'm just going to quickly finish this off. Even though it's a real-time video, I really don't want it going on too long. And I'm just going to be doing that in between his cute little fingernails. And now I might just go back in with the Mala marker if I can find it right here. Alright, so it is time to go in with some inking. I am going to be going back to my old the good old brush pen, the Pilot pen, I believe it is. It's a Pilot brush pen that I love to use. I used this back in my fantasy Cloud City, Cloud City in the Clouds video. I'm gonna try to keep this again real time. But we may have to finish off this illustration with some time lapse, because for me, inking takes a really long time, as you all know. You've seen my videos, and I've said this like 100 times. But at least now you can see what I've been doing, because I don't usually do inking real time. And I forgot to mention here that there's a little bit of a this fur popping up. And I'm just going to be doing the inking. I'm not going to be giving that much advice on inking. I have some inking videos that I actually give the advice on the inking. And I will link to them in the description box below. And but some of them are not entirely devoted to the inking. So I will just link to the description box and tell you where to skip in order to find the description, in order to find the inking part. And now I'm going to just ink this area of the face. Like that. And you know what I'm going to finish this off in time lapse, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I finished up all this coloring, and now I'm going to come in with some blue marker to, oops, not that, this area, this nose, his very cute nose, and it's almost like an indigo, almost blue, and now I think I'm ready to finish off this drawing soon, but for now I'm going to come in with this, with a little bit more ink for the eyes. And you know what, I actually forgot to come in with some color on that one. The feathers, or whatever, the fur, that fur. And you know what, I'm gonna go grab a pink color pencil for his tongue, and we'll be right back with some final words. Alright, so there's my video on this drawing Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a little thumbs up. I just came in here with some color pencil to add some final shading. And I also added the pink for his tongue. I want to thank all of you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you liked it. And I will be back with another video next time.